2022 is halfway over, and we've gotten some pretty high-profile game releases, but of course, the most exciting time is always going to be the fall. So in this video, I'm going to look at games coming out July to December 2022 that I'm the most excited for. We're doing a top 10 here. I'm also going to give you some honorable mentions. Kicking things off is going to be Saints Row, the reboot of the franchise, something that we've probably needed for some time now. Saints Row sort of ran its course. The franchise really has been dormant. But here we are with a new Saints Row game. And yeah, it doesn't look perfect, but from what I could tell, it looks like it's going to have a very robust character customization. It's going to have a lot of awesome weapons and vehicles, typical Saints Row things. It's going to have a pretty fun story about different gang territories and being on top. I think that it has the potential to tell an interesting story. I think it has the potential to just bring Saints Row back to what it was in like the middle of the series run, as in like 2 and 3 maybe, not 4, not Get Out of Hell, you know? We'll see what happens with this. I'm skeptical, but I'm really excited. Like, I genuinely am looking forward to playing it. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 is coming out in the fall. It's another year, another COD, but Modern Warfare 2 looks really good. I think that the story and the gameplay alike, as well as the graphics, technical aspects of the game, should be delivering high quality. Modern Warfare is a sub-series of Call of Duty, very much so loved by most fans, myself included. The 2019 reboot of Modern Warfare delivered on all fronts, in my opinion. Of course, Warzone came about. The story and the campaign was done really well. I really enjoyed the gunplay, the feeling of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019. The mechanics have been polished, and graphically, this new one looks fantastic. Modern Warfare 2 is a game that like I'd be buying regardless. I don't have too much more to say on it. I just think it looks like a good COD. And to be honest with you, Vanguard didn't really do it for me that much. Number 8 on my list, we go into the new Pokemon games, Scarlet and Violet, a game that I never expected to have been coming out this year until we got that trailer. I mean, Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl launched last fall, and then Legends Arceus came out in January. So in that short amount of time, we got 2 mainline Pokemon games. So basically, I figured they were going to need some time, you know, before we get another mainline one. And then here we are with a new generation. Gen 9 Scarlet and Violet look pretty polished. I'm looking forward to the new region. It looks very refreshing. They've kind of taken aspects of Sword and Shield, taken aspects of Legends Arceus, and they're coming together to create a new game that is definitely going to feel more modern and new. I think it's another franchise similar to Call of Duty where I play every year's game. Like, it's not like I'm going to skip it. I know I'll be getting it day one. I'll be playing through it. 7 on my list is the Callisto Protocol, a game that I saw just recently with the new gameplay trailer at Summer Games Fest, and I am very excited to experience this. This is a horror game. This is very much a Dead Space spiritual successor. I believe it's also coming from developers who worked on Dead Space. Right now, the Callisto Protocol is set for a December release, and I'm really excited to play the Callisto Protocol. I think it's going to be very dark and intense. I look forward to just some really unnerving moments and experiences in this space setting. Evil West takes number 6 on my list. This is coming out in September. I initially was excited for this game when I first saw the reveal trailer, which didn't really show much, but it seemed like it could have been an interesting game. And then here we are with a pretty extensive gameplay demo that shows a lot of cinematics and gameplay alike, and I kind of love what I see. Evil West sort of looks like it combines Red Dead Redemption, Doom, and God of War, elements of those kind of games, for example, and others as well. I really like the idea of this cowboy western game. The combat looks really cool and exciting. We've got gunplay. We've got some pretty awesome weapons. It looks like a very interesting, almost like a sci-fi story. There's some pretty crazy stuff going on that we see in the trailer. So I'm thinking Evil West should do a pretty interesting job at blending some genres and some types of games. I'm always down for a new third-person action game. I like the idea of a new IP, something different. It's not a sequel. We'll have to see how it is, but I feel kind of optimistic about this one. Atomic Heart is a game that is on my radar, has been on my radar for a few years now. I think it's going to be like a BioShock game, spiritual successor, so to speak, and it's coming out this year. Atomic Heart has some really awesome looking gameplay. You get some cool powers and different guns, and the action looks pretty exciting and interesting, and like I said, very Bioshock. Atomic Heart is like a Soviet setting, takes place in the 50s, but it's a futuristic version of that time period. And I just love the aesthetic, the feeling I get from watching these trailers, like taking on all these robots and these robots taking over the world, so to speak. Pretty cool ideas. The concept's awesome in my opinion. I like an alternate history like that. So I'm really, really excited to see what Atomic Heart's all about. Hogwarts Legacy, it's funny how I'm so excited for this game despite having really never seen Harry Potter, maybe the first one. I know I owe it to myself to watch the franchise, but regardless, number 4 on my list is Hogwarts Legacy. This new game is going to give you that experience of being a wizard at Hogwarts in all its glory. Everything from relationships with the other people around you, learning your spells and magic. Combat looks awesome, taking on all these fantastic beasts, all these creatures, exploring really interesting environments, and I think the story should be really cool. It's an RPG. There's gonna be a lot of creativity and freedom in Hogwarts Legacy. I'm just really excited to be a wizard, an up-and-coming wizard, and become a legend. I'm excited for the gameplay. Seems like you're following your own story. And Hogwarts Legacy seems really ambitious, honestly. It's not like it's following the stories from the films necessarily. I mean, it may be, but I think that I'll be able to dive in and have a good time with this. I think it looks really good. I'm hoping it comes out this year. It's set for 2022, but obviously you never know. So before I give you guys my top 3 most anticipated games for the second half of the year, I want to shout out some honorable mentions real quick. Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora, a Ubisoft game with a lot of ambition. This game could be epic. It could really be an amazing experience. It could also not come out for a long time. Marvel's Midnight Suns looks very cool. Love the aesthetic. Love Marvel in general. Love the characters, but I don't know that I'm super into tactical games like that. Like, I don't know. XCOM never clicked with me. I don't know. I might check this game out. It looks cool. Scorn looks very chilling and looks like it could be a pretty interesting horror experience. And I feel like you don't know too much about it from watching the trailers, and it makes me more excited to see it. 6 Days in Fallujah is a game that I never thought would happen. I mean, I've always heard the stories about it being canceled and stuff, and the idea of tackling the subject matter and going for a realistic depiction of, you know, soldiers who experience that should be pretty interesting. I hope it's done right. It seems like they're really giving a lot of respect to it. And The Last of Us Part 1, I don't know about spending $70 on a game that I already bought twice. I do think it looks fantastic though, graphically and technically. I mean, I'm very interested. The Last of Us Part 2, all of its gameplay and graphics being brought over to a PS5 game here, remaking the first game, pretty awesome. It's one of my favorite games ever, so I'll probably play it. Guys, coming in at number 3 here, we have Fourspoken. This game has been definitely on the top of my radar since it was announced. The reveal already got me interested. Each trailer shows some more cool gameplay. It looks like it's effectively combines aspects of a lot of games. I just love the idea of the powers, the traversal, the combat, the world, the exploration, the interesting story. It seems like we've got somebody going from a very grounded real world into this fantasy world, and it should be pretty cool to see how that works, how this story unfolds. Like I said, the gameplay looks fun. It looks pretty polished. I think there's going to be a lot of cool special abilities, some magic and stuff, traversals. It should be pretty fun. I feel like they're suggesting it's going to be very smooth to move around. It's going to be exciting. And that's a big aspect, which I love in a lot of games that focus on it. And yeah, combat looks cool. Fourspoken is a brand new IP. I'm very, very interested in it because of that too. Because like, a lot of the big PlayStation 5 exclusives coming up or that we've had are sequels or remakes or reboots, whatever, you know, but to have a new IP here that I think they're putting a lot of time and effort into making it apparent that this is a big one. I'm super stoked to see it. Fourspoken looks good. It could fail. I don't know. We'll see what happens, but I've got my eyes on it. I'm playing it day one when it comes out, and that is October 11th, 2022. All right, number 2, Gotham Knights. It's got a release date, and I think it's close enough where like I don't think they're going to change that now. Gotham Knights, I think it's probably had some time to marinate, you know? I feel like WB Montreal's putting a lot of work into this one. I think Gotham Knights looks really, really good. I mean, yeah, okay, like some things don't look amazing compared to other modern games we've got in terms of graphics, animation, technical stuff. But like generally speaking, this is probably gonna be a blast. Gotham Knights is going to have co-op, which is gonna be fun because I've got a couple friends who are super interested in playing this, and we're really excited. Honestly, all the characters I feel like are gonna have their own fun moments, and I'm kind of like down to play as everybody. Story is kind of one of the things that interests me the most because we're getting the Court of Owls as the main antagonist, and that should be cool. I love the idea of the behind the scenes, these people who've been sort of running things, the conspiracy aspect of it all. Court of Owls always interested me, so I'm super excited to see what they have in store for our characters here in Gotham, what they've done. Are they the reason Batman's dead? Is Batman really dead? I kind of feel like he's not. What other villains are we gonna get? You know, I think the world of Gotham, this is not a connected story either to the Arkham games, so like anyone could be anywhere. You know, the canon is the new canon. I'm just super excited. Gotham Knights, I don't see a reason not to be excited. The gameplay looks fun, and the story seems really interesting. So yeah, Gotham Knights, can't wait for October to play it finally. And inevitably, here we are. God of War Ragnarok takes number 1 on my list. This is my most anticipated game for the rest of the year. It is definitely one game that I'm the most excited for, potentially more than anything else coming to PS5 that has been confirmed yet. I don't know for sure, but God of War Ragnarok, we haven't gotten a lot, but like we've gotten enough, and it looks awesome. But also, I think you guys could agree with me on this one. God of War Ragnarok, we don't need like to see much of it because Sony Santa Monica went so above and beyond when they made God of War. The 2018 God of War game is brilliant. It's definitely a masterclass in storytelling, in gameplay, in combat, in cinematics, in gaming. Everything is just beautiful. It's wonderful. So the sequel inevitably is going to be really exciting, and I don't even need to see any gameplay. I just need to know that it's happening. Thor is going to be there. This is it for the Norse storyline of Kratos, suggesting that we will get more other mythologies and pantheons down the road, which is cool. But yeah, God of War Ragnarok, I'm thinking that this is going to deliver on all fronts. And it's going to wrap it up for me, guys, today. I appreciate you watching this video. Let me know in the comments below, what games are you the most excited to play in the next 6 months? You know, we're talking the second half of 2022. Obviously, I didn't talk about a lot of the other big games that are set for this year, allegedly. You know, I wanted to do top 10. This is what I'm also the most interested in. You guys probably are hyped up some other stuff that I didn't mention. So yeah, share me all your thoughts in the comments below, guys. I'm Ryan. I appreciate you watching this video. Give me a like if you enjoyed this video, and consider subscribing for some more gaming content. Got a lot of fun stuff to talk about as we approach this potentially really exciting holiday season. I mean, it's not like it's the holiday season that soon. We got the rest of the summer, but yeah. All right. Thanks again. I'll see you guys all in the next video.